Welcomes, ladies and gentlemen, to today's matchup between University of University of Central Florida versus SQD Tsukuyomi. I'm your host, BG Smitty, with the co-host of BG Death. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's go ahead and hop into pick and ban for game number one.
Okay, interested to see what kind of pick ban draft we're gonna be looking at here. It looks like a first ban LeBlanc. Hate to see the LeBlanc out here, nice and strong. J4, a good ban, able to take control of the small skirmish in River as well as have a massive impact in the team fights and mid game. Lux, Lux Recon, some support bans coming out here. I guess they're trying to minimize the amount of control because we have three control type champions that are being banned out here. Hecarim. We think about Hecarim lately. I mean, at least in my hands, I know it's been kind of weak. I was a Hecarim main, but I don't know. He feels weakish in the past couple patches.
The past couple patches, he has been kind of weak, but I still think in the right hands, I personally think this is probably more of a targeted ban towards the jungler of UCF Knights. So I'm not
Gotta be.
entirely sure, but I do want to bring the attention to the third ban of Syndra. Syndra right now is disgustingly strong, and making sure that you can't get that B1 pick is very well organized. So because of that, the Jin's still open, so Tsukuyomi is able to just smash that B1 Jin. Jin is in such a phenomenal spot right now across the world that
Mhm.
it's literally pick or ban just about every game. It's very few games that you see, even in high elo, where he doesn't get picked or banned.
Yeah, both of these 80 carries super strong. The Jin, the Kaisa. We see an ASOL pick over here on the side of UCF Knights. That's interesting. Able to just scale up into the mid and late have a pretty big impact. But going back to the point that you were making about Syndra, anytime Syndra is able to do her job, which is just drop a couple of Qs and then one tap a backliner, she's gonna be very scary. So I do like the Syndra ban there. Aurora being hovered here. Aurora.
She is actually locked in. This is massive. So for me, I have to assume that this Aurora is going in the top lane. So mind you, this is Diamond Elo, Diamond Masters, give or take, Elo games. So because of this, the Aurora I'm going to assume is in the top lane. That is where Aurora usually shines the best, especially with the Rod of Ages, giving her that extra health, as well as the overall team fighting presence. Followed by the Skarner. So a nice beefy front line with the Skarner, but also health. A nice health bar coming out of the Aurora from the top lane. I really like how this is set up. But let's talk about the UCF Knights. I really like what they've done so far. They've drafted the Kaiser after the Jin. Extremely strong 80 carry in this meta right now. Basically pick or ban just like how Jin is. So these are like pretty much common in the bot lane. But then you follow up the ASOL, not knowing if this is an ASOL mid, ASOL top, because we have seen ASOL top. But preferably, I would like to see the ASOL in the mid lane. And then the Nautilus coming in with the Kaiser is a disgustingly strong duo. But because of this, we see the Poppy and the Janna band coming out from the Knights, which is phenomenal support bands for the Knights, because that helps the engage come through for the Kaiser Nautilus in the bot lane. But then we see the Belveth and the Gwen banned out for Tsukuyomi. I think these are both phenomenal bands. I think the Belveth is more of a targeted band towards the jungler, but Gwen, honestly, Gwen can be played in any lane right now. She's just that strong, and if it's in the right hands, those scissors can literally chop anybody's head off.
Yeah, they do max health HP true damage. So anytime you see that slapped on a champion, it's gonna do major damage. Kalista coming out. Is that the top lane pick? Are we looking at
So
a Kalista top or mid? No, ASOL is gonna be mid. Callista has to be their top lane pick. That's
So
so interesting.
so Knights is doing a very good job about this. I don't know where everybody's going. Initially I thought Kaiser was in the bot lane with the Nautilus, but then I see the Callista. Callista is extremely strong in the 2v2, even with the Nautilus, so I would assume that the Callista goes in the bot lane with the Nautilus. ASOL would go in the top lane, and Kaiser would be in the mid lane. AP Kaiser, because she is strong.
It could still be we're looking at 80 carries top here, I think. Or
Okay.
we're looking Vex. Maybe you are right about the Aurora being top, because they do lock in Zoe. Um, yeah, I'm gonna be interested to see what happens here, where everyone is gonna go. This last pick is gonna be super interesting because it's gonna tell us where Callista is going. They have yet to pick their jungler. That's what it is. Unless it's still how ASOL jungle. I've seen that before
As
too.
you've seen that before?
Yeah, I've seen that before. Yeah, I have.
I've never seen that before.
Camille. Huh. Camille. I'm so confused. I'm so confused.
So,
I have no idea where everyone's going.
so what do you think about these team comps right now?
I think that I think that UCF Knights has their engage with the Camille Nautilus. They have their frontline with the Camille Nautilus. They have their pick with the Camille Nautilus. Two very strong picks. I love those two champions on the side of UCF Knights. Uh Asol, Kaisa. The only wild pick is the Callista for real. Because Asol and Kaisa, they have, decent early game. They have strong mid and late games. So the mid and late are secured on the side of UCF Knights. Now on Squad Tsukuyomi, it's gonna be it's gonna be an interesting one that I'm gonna be looking to see how it plays out. So we got the Zoe in the mid lane and the Aurora in the top, as you said. Okay. Jin and Senna, what do you think about that? I think that it could be a pretty strong duo, but on the side of Nautilus Callista, Callista is going in the bot lane, and it is AP Kaisa in the mid lane, as you said, with the Hail of Blades.
But do we
Senna
think it's going
is
to be
weak,
AP Kaiser?
particularly to Nautilus.
Senna is okay. So this is where I agree and disagree. Yes, Senna has the overwhelming power against the Nautilus, but in skilled matchups, the Nautilus, all he has to do is land a hook onto the Senna,
That's what I'm saying.
followed by the auto attack route, and this Callista can just stack these Ren stacks and pop the Senna. So yes, I do agree that typically the Senna would have the overwhelming
I said that
prowess.
she's weak to Nautilus.
No. I don't think she's weak to Nautilus. I think she's actually stronger against Nautilus, especially in the later stages of the game. But in the early state, I think
Well, she's got the grass, so she's definitely gonna want to scale up. That's what her
exactly,
goal is here, right here.
exactly.
So maybe a fourth backliner here, because Aurora is not going to be able to frontline for them.
No,
They're
I
relying
disagree.
completely on the Skarner to soak up all of this damage, and it is a lot of damage to soak up.
Oh, but it looks
Wow,
like.
they're going low.
But see, this is what I mean by this. The Senna and the Jin have the range over this melee matchup, melee support, and because of that, it's going to be extremely difficult, especially in this level 1. The level 2, if they can secure the level 2, that's when we might see a little bit of a change come through. But if they're able to zone them and keep them
Yeah.
away from it, they're taking away the power of this Callista Nautilus bot lane.
Yeah, it looks like they just mispositioned early, just took way too much damage.
Oh, a nice little dash in with a stun coming through from the Callista. He's gonna be able to heal off from that W.
It's still mostly even. Got about 100 more HP. This Camille.
Okay, so we see the ASO coming.
ASO.
He's looking. He's level
ASO
3.
jungle,
And now,
I told you.
no, that's a nice E coming through. Now they're trying to turn the focus onto this Jin, but he was unable to get the kill on the Jin. Double kill for the Jin. All right, he finally goes down, but it looks like it's gonna be a 3-for-1 trade.
Not worth.
3-for-1 trade in the for the favor of Tsukuyomi.
Yeah, they just could not get it done on this Jin. Great job by the Jin kiting out and spacing to get that double kill early and able to finish off the ASOL with, on the side of the Senna.
So what I will say is, this is very unfortunate for the side of the UCF Knights, especially in the early game, especially the early stage. Kalista needs that early pressure, and they tried. Hold on, the Camille's jumping in, but the flash coming out of the Aurora is going to be able to keep him safe.
Able to burn that flash.
But this is what I'm saying. Look at the CS right now. So yeah, the Kalista was able to catch up on the CS to the Jin, but now the Jin's sitting on a pickaxe, where Kalista's only sitting on tier 1 boots.
Yep.
But here comes the Skarner. He's able to get the knockback.
Looking to equalize.
They're going to turn their focus onto this Nautilus. Oh, a nice hook comes through from, but the root misses. So now the Ren stacks are building.
He's getting low here.
Oh, the Ren's going to go through for the Kalista. He's able to get one, but Skarner's able to equalize it. He gets one. It's a 1 for 1, but I don't know if I think it's going to be a 2. Oh, and it's a double kill coming out from the side of UCF Knights. Now Kalista trying to get. It's not going to be enough. He still goes down, but it's a 2 for 2 trade in the bot lane.
Is that worth?
I'm not sure.
So the Skarner gets the kill on Nautilus, and then Senna gets the kill on Kalista. But we don't want Kalista to scale up. UCF Knights do not want this. This Senna to scale up.
Exactly.
They both gonna come back with a pickaxe.
So Jin had a pickaxe on the first buy, but hold on. Here comes the Nautilus in with a nice dredge line. Okami has to flash, but he's able to get out. He's able to get out. But that was a nice roam coming out from the side of the Nautilus.
It was a nice roam. It was a nice roam.
That was a beautiful roam, especially off of those back timers from that nice little fiesta in the bot lane.
Yeah, I knew that the Jin already had the pickaxe, but they both now have pickaxe compared to the Berserker Greaves and the Longsword. But here we have a long engage coming from the Kalista. He's able to get this rend off, just a little bit of poke. They're both now half HP.
So I like what Tsukuyomi's trying to do with his bot lane. They have more burst potential. If you can burst out of Kalista, burst out of Kalista, they can no longer stack their rends and be able to trade. Kalista
nice just turned level 4 here, while Senna is just turning level 5. So is the jungler level 5.
Well, hold on. We see ASOL roaming down. He's gonna stop off to pick up his Gromps real quick. But a nice jump in. It's a nice stun. The true damage out of this Camille is gonna be disgusting later game.
Ugh. I've seen Camille's late just on a 2-second cooldown. Darius ulting people. 1,000 true damage.
So hold on. All right, the ASO gets called out, but here, meanwhile, in the top lane, Mashman is able to get a nice ult onto Bunny. He gets a stun. I think he's gonna be able to get this kill, but the dredge line goes through onto the Skarner. Now the Kalista's untouched. The Ren's gonna come through. Kalista's gonna start this off, but the Zoe just absolutely annihilates his Kai'Sa.
Jesus.
And that's a 1 for 1 trade so far in around this dragon, but a 2 for 1 trade altogether for the side of UCF Knights.
Zoe already popping people from looks like what 30 or 40% to 0 on that ping pong Q ability, and Camille does see that 1v1 win in the top lane versus Aurora.
Yes. Now, what I will say is that Mashed Man on this Camille is doing a phenomenal job in a ranged matchup. Anytime there's a ranged matchup against a melee matchup in these solo lanes, you would assume that the ranged matchup is going to be able to bully out this matchup, be able to get ahead in the CS lead, things like that. But Mashman is doing a phenomenal job, not only having a kill lead over the Aurora, but also having a CS lead and lane dominance over.
Yep, she's got this whole lane, this whole wave in her clutches. She's gonna be able to hopefully last hit all of these minions here under the safety of her tower, while simultaneously hopefully able to defend the plate. But here we see Kalista getting rooted up. She's gonna go in here. Aurora able to really time that. Oh, well, we have to see a Skarner ulti coming out on the
Kai'Sa,
able to be backed up by this ASOL who's still level 5.
Yeah, the
jungle here.
Yeah, this ASOL. So I understand what UCF Knights is trying to do. I like the. So I may not be the biggest fan of an ASOL. Yeah, hold on. That's a nice sleep coming through, and that big Q coming out of this Zoe. Now he's trying to get away, but ASOL is gonna try and run him down. Oh, a nice killer instinct coming over the wall. He's almost dead. Oh, he just needs a couple. He just needs that last hit, and there he's gonna go down for that nice gank coming out of Fortune. Now, on the bot side, they're trying to turn their focus onto, but the Kalista ults. That's a massive two-man knockup, but then the Senna ult comes through. The Dredge line tried to get out, but it's not enough. Aurora was able to get that solo bolo in the mid lane, but then this 2v2 in the bot lane goes in favor of Tsukuyomi.
There's a lot happening in this game all at once in every lane. That was a massive ulti on the center, but hold on, we got this ASO coming in, queuing all over the place. He's able to walk out with just a sliver of HP. Is he gonna walk back in and get killed? Yeah, he is. Senna just able to just queue him through the minion. The missing pings are coming out on top of the ASO. I'm not sure who did that, but
Yeah, that was unfortunate for the side of the Knights. And Tsukuyomi was also able to secure the first 3 grubs, and they're also now going to be able to secure this first dragon uncontested.
yeah, not looking good for the side of UCF Knights.
I do like how both teams are
They
playing.
do have the strong Camille on the top. They do. They do have that going for them. They do have the sort of strong Callista. She's looking to... Is that a Blade of the Ring King that she's building?
No, that is going to be into Mermana. A nice ult coming out of the Camille. He's trying to get this true damage down. Nice knockup. He has the Conqueror proc. But here comes the Skarner looking. Does he have ult? He has ult. He's only able to land on one. He pulls back the Nautilus. Now they're going to turn all their attention onto this Nautilus. Nautilus just gets annihilated by the Zoe Q. The Zoe's already in a very strong position with these Qs.
Yeah, this Zoe is already so strong. She's going to be able to come back with the Ludens when she gets her next recall here.
Yeah. Yeah, looking at this gold graph real quick. We have pretty much dead even for gold in the mid lane, but up 1k gold on this Jhin. Oh, a nice flash hook coming through for the Nautilus. They turn their attention onto this Jhin, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. Does he have another dredge line coming in? The slow comes in, but the minion was just in time. Now they're gonna try and turn around. Curtain calling comes out. Curtain calling comes, but the W just missed. So now Senna's trying to just keep these slows the best that he can. Oh, he flashes forward.
She can kill both.
The Senna's just so tanky with this black cleaver,
Grasp.
and a double kill coming out of the Senna.
Wow.
In the bot lane.
Wow. Senna is so strong right now with this black cleaver here. 6 kills on the Senna. Wow.
6-0.
I am really impressed.
6-0 Senna. Hold on. Now Bunny's getting caught out. He's trying to jump between worlds. It's not going to be enough. And he's going to unfortunately go down in this top lane. And Mashed Man is just playing this range top up phenomenal, especially because the jungles have just been so focused on the bot lane. A nice sleep coming through. He flashes over the wall. But that damage coming out. Dredge line lands.
70%.
Now, Okami trying to get up. Skarner trying to get to the back line. He gets a massive 2-man ult. Now they're just trying to focus down this Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa's going to go down to the Zoe. Now the Dredge line misses the wall. This is going to be a dead Nautilus, unfortunately. Callista doing the best. He's going for the dive. It's not enough, and he goes down because of the towers.
Just misses that kill on the Jhin. Callista. So close. So close.
This game is so bloody. We have... I'm sorry, excuse my math, but we are well over... We're almost at 2 minutes a kill. No, we're well over 2 minutes a kill at this point. Or 2 kills a minute. I apologize. 2 kills a minute.
2 kills a minute. You're right.
This is just a bloody game, but even though the game is as bloody as it is, hold on. We see... Oh, but the Jhin got out. That 0.25 seconds was just enough for him to be able to get away from that ASO. Otherwise, he would have been dead.
Camille trucking along here on this Vastaya bunny right here. Mashed Man just killing it on the Camille. He's about all that UCF Knights have got going for them. Besides this ASO.
Yeah, the good thing about this ASO what I was trying to hit on earlier is I understand the concept of why he's in the jungle, because if he places his E at the bottom of each camp, he will get these stats disgustingly fast, and his ultimate would just be even stronger, as well as
uncontested, by the way. That's the whole theory.
Exactly, completely uncontested, just massive scaling. So I understand the concept. I do like the concept of it. I just don't know if it's working into their favor right now with the matchups that are going on. It might also just be because of how bloody the game is, and he can't be everywhere at once. But I definitely understand the concept of it.
And whether it works to their favor or against them is yet to be seen, because we still got a long game ahead of us in terms of scaling up with the Kai'Sa, the Aesol, and the Callista, and the Nautilus, as well as the Camille. All 5 of them can scale up and do really well. Camille is getting poked down here, able to flash out of that Vastaya Bunny ulti.
But now here on the bot lane, you see the Nautilus. He missed the dredge line, but now they're turning their attention. Here comes the ultimate coming out of the Callista. They're turning their focus onto this Jhin. The Jhin is gonna go down, but not after trading a 1-for-1 onto that Nautilus. Oh, sorry, onto the Callista. Oh, he blocked the Q, but it was this Zoe's just so strong. It's not gonna be enough though, and that's a double kill coming out. But the Killer Instinct coming up on the top side. Bunny trying to do what he can, but he's unfortunately gonna go down to this Kai'Sa. And on top of that, not only has Tsukuyomi able to secure all 6 grubs, they're now going to be able to secure the second dragon in their favor. Mind you, all of this before 15 minutes and only a 3k gold lead in the favor of Tsukuyomi. While we have the opportunity, I want to turn your attention. Hold on, this Nautilus is looking. The dredge line is going to miss, but here comes the Skarner, followed by the Zoe. The Zoe's following. They're gonna completely burst down this. Yeah, that was just one dead Nautilus. He did the best that he could. Try to just
Skarner or overkill.
Yeah, it might have been, but I think they just wanted to make sure that they could secure it. Nautilus being completely taken out of the equation kind of gives this first tier tower. Tier 1 tower in the mid lane completely over to Tsukuyomi. But Zoe looking. Oh, he lands the drowsy.
The flash out.
Here comes everything. Oh my.
She's completely locked down. Oh my god. The follow-up CC is just incredible from the side of Tsukuyomi.
But this Nautilus is looking for a dredge line. Oh, hold on. The drowsy lands. The drowsy lands. Is he going to look for it? Is he going to look for it? Oh, but he gets blocked by Nautilus. I swear, if that Q would have landed on Hito, that would have been one dead Kai'Sa.
I mean, the poke coming out of Team Tsukuyomi is just incredible, isn't it?
Another drowsy. Look These drowsies are just insane. Followed by the curtain call, and that's going to be one dead Aesol.
Oh my god, disgusting. Absolutely, I'm disgusted, appalled, repulsed.
This is insane.
How do you play?
How can you play against something you can't touch?
How do you play? He didn't even see it. He saw the bubble come out of the Zoe probably last minute when it came over the wall. He had no vision prior to that. Absolutely disgusting. This Zoe is so strong, 6-1-4, as well as the Senna and the Jhin as well. Everyone is so strong, but the Aurora in the top lane, which they don't even she can just ulti.
So
2 or 3 of them and call it a day.
You are correct. I do question a little bit though of the Leandries coming out as the first buy for the Aurora, especially because you need to jump into all this AoE coming out from the side of Knights. I kind of think that
it's okay. I mean, she's building against HP stacking champions, which we see in the
this Callista. This Kai'Sa was trying to do a Killer Instinct, but he's just going to get caught up by everything. The slows and the suppress coming out of the Skarner was just enough to be able to secure that one kill. But meanwhile, in the mid lane now, Aesol trying to turn his attention onto this onto this Jhin. I'm sorry, and Jin's going to be able to flash out of that ult from the Aesol. But I think this Camille's going to be able to catch him. He's going to look for the root. He lands the stun. But a nice ult coming out to block the damage out of that. He's going to turn on. There's a nice kill coming out from the Camille. But a nice dredge line. Now they're turning their focus onto the center. Center's a squishier target, and they are going to be able to secure that kill. But the gold goes over to the Nautilus.
Nautilus gets the 800 gold shutdown. They desperately needed that on a carry champion of theirs.
That would have been
as long as she's
massive.
dead. I don't know, man.
I mean, it was
I know
a
they feel
favorable
that one.
trade of a 2 for 0. Now they're looking, the dredge line lands. They're going to be able to turn their attention onto this Zoe, and Zoe is going to go down, and that's a nice shutdown going into the pockets of this Camille. Now, mind you, this Camille is already strong, especially with this Triforce and Tiamat, and he's going into a Hydra. So
Yeah, Team Tsukuyomi getting a little sloppy Joe here. Want to tighten it up, keep this lead going. Don't want to fumble anything over to the side of UCF Knights. Although UCF Knights will be glad to take anything in the game like this.
exactly, and mind you, the gold lead is still. I mean, the gold lead has gone a little bit higher in the favor of Tsukuyomi, and it's only a 4K gold lead, just shy of a 4K gold lead at that. But we have 45 seconds until this Dragon number 3 comes up. Now, mind you, Dragon number 3 comes up, and Herald comes up basically at the same exact time. So this is what I want to see out of the teams. Are they going to try and focus down a team fight around Herald, or are they going to try and split the map and say, you know what, we're not strong enough, give them the 3rd dragon, put them on soul point, we get the Herald, or give them the Herald and we take at least 1 dragon and equalize something on this map.
I mean, honestly, if they can get a pick just like they did last time, the dragon would be the play.
Oh, that's
Looks like
a
they
nice
see them
dredge
here
line.
in this bush here. The dredge line is gonna land on the Skarner. Killer Instinct comes through from the Kaisa. She's trying to burst down this Jin. The Jin will go down. A big, massive ulti coming from the Aurora. She's gonna go down here. We still got 4 members of the red team still alive. Skarner is gonna go down here. The last one alive is the Zoe. Able to put Camille asleep. Can Callista get this kill solo? She's not gonna. She's gonna go down here. Double kill for Zoe. Zoe's finally gonna go down, and now all we have alive is the ASO and the Camille, and that's gonna be enough to secure the next dragon.
Yeah, and it's a nice 8 coming out for the side of UCF Knights. And while we have the opportunity, let's go ahead and run that back real quick. We see the team fight start off in the river, but it was a massive ASO ult, but followed up with the Aurora ult onto all 5 members. And then they were just able to burn down 3 people immediately. And the rest of UCF Knights was able to just run everybody down. But this Zoe being so strong and slippery, I thought the Zoe was going to be able to turn around and equalize a lot. But he was able to make a trade for it, being an ace for 3 on the side of UCF Knights.
So now we see the game getting super interesting. UCF Knights able to trade some kills here on some of the squishier members, which I had mentioned before, on the side of Team Tsukuyomi. They don't just, the Skarner is just not enough, I think, to soak all of the damage that the scaling champions are going to be able to deliver on the side of UCF Knights.
Yeah, and I like this. Now both teams are trying, they know that the next main objective is this Baron. They're trying to get their wards, they're trying to clear out some vision. They're going to drop this Herald. They're going to try and maybe let the Herald run down and force this Baron, but they're going to be seen. Or maybe they just try and get the vision cleared out. It just looks like they're trying to clear vision unless they are really trying. But here comes Bunny. Bunny's going to go. I think Bunny's going to go down. Mashman is looking for that knockup or that stun. He's going to miss it. But now, meanwhile, all of Tsukuyomi turn their attention onto this Nautilus. Down goes Nautilus.
Is this a Baron play?
Oh, Mashman was able to get that kill. So it's a 1-for-1 trade, but they're on across map.
It's 4v4 here, as the Nautilus will go down on the side of UCF Knights, as well as the Aurora. What are they gonna look for here? Are they gonna look to just push this lane in and then recall?
So it looks like they're just trying to get. Well, that's a nice route coming.
Camille coming in a TP and a TP
huge
flanked Camille.
Yeah, and meanwhile the ASO's coming behind too, but the Callista's just trying to stay alive for the long as he can. But that's going to be 2-for-0 before the fight really even starts. Now the Camille.
Now we have a 2v4 here. Camille's gonna go in. She's gonna get rooted, suppressed, stunned, not able to move. Camille can't even move. ASO flying and queuing away. Nautilus is back up. The tier 3 turret is gonna go down, and now they have an open inhib. Members of the team Tsukuyomi is gonna recall here with the gold that they just got, able to transform that into components and items.
Yeah, that was very unfortunate for the side of.
Just the timing didn't work out for them. It was a good plan, but the timing was bad because as soon as the TP came in from Camille, the other two members under the tier 3 turret got engaged on. They were not able to survive that.
Yeah, the lockups, the roots, the stuns, the snares, everything that came through from the side of Tsukuyomi was just enough to be able to completely annihilate those underneath the tower, and then they were completely untouched during that during that time, allowing Tsukuyomi to be able to clean up 2 kills and then be able to turn their attention onto the Camille and Asol.
So much CC coming out of the side of Team Tsukuyomi.
And they're doing a phenomenal job at layering it too. It's
Yeah,
not
range CC at that.
It's not just and this is what I like about it. So for those of you who may not be as experienced or understand the concept of why certain people or certain things happen in the game, but hold on, we have a killer instinct coming through from the Kaiser. The ult comes through, but he's gonna flash and he's gonna be able to get that kill onto the Aurora. This Aurora is honestly at this point kind of a minion, and it's unfortunate for the side of Tsukuyomi because the rest of their team is just rolling them. But the Skarner's going to be able to get that press back into the Kaiser underneath the tower, but that's going to be enough because he has no killer instinct. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Jin was able to secure a 1v1 on that
UCF
Ballista.
Knights just burning down the Baron here. Just that's going to be a free Baron on the side of UCF Knights. I don't know if those kills in the bot lane for Team Tsukuyomi are worthwhile to give the Baron. They're just able to sneak out the Baron, burn it down with this Asol.
So
Yeah, I think that's a worthwhile trade for them. They lose 2 members, but they get the Baron.
they may have lost their carries, quote unquote, but at this point, the Asol and the Camille are more of a threat with the Baron than the Kaiser and the Callista. Though both
This Baron is going to equalize the game.
it's going to make it very difficult for Tsukuyomi to be able to push.
You remember that gold lead that Team Tsukuyomi had? Now it's just whittled down to 3. We might see it whittled down to 2 or maybe
Hold on. The Drowsy comes through. The Nautilus is going to dredge line out, but it's not going to be enough. A massive ult comes out from the ASO, but he's going to go down. They turn all their attention onto him, but it's a 1-for-1 trade so far.
1-for-1.
Now, are they going to be able to look for more? UCF Knights, they're trying to just run away, but this Zoe's just trying to pepper them with these Qs while he can. Oh, it's a nice flash, but it's not going to be enough from the Skarner to land that. But a nice dredge line comes in. Here comes the ultimate coming out of the Callista. Now they're just trying. Oh, that's a massive W coming out from this Kaiser. Kaiser's just doing so much damage. Now the stun comes through. They're going to be able to get the kill onto the Nautilus. Now killer instinct comes through. They don't know who to go onto. The double kill coming over to Camille. Now everyone on UCF is trying to turn their attention onto this the Skarner, and the jump over the wall with the stun. I think this Camille is just too strong. The Camille is able to get to where he needs to be at the right times every single time in these fights. Camille is carrying these fights right now.
Carrying 7-1-9. Camille able to just pick off these wayward targets with that long slingshot and lock them down and finish them off. That's going to be the second Ocean Dragon for Team UCF Knights. And now we're looking at a just above a 1k gold lead here on the side of Team Tsukuyomi. They're able to just whittle this gold lead down, and that's actually not going to be a gold lead much at all. It's kind of sort of even now after that Baron play, after the Ocean Dragon and the tier 2 in the bottom lane. Great job on the side of UCF Knights to be able to whittle this gold lead down and come back in this game. They're scaling up, they're farming, they're winning some of these team fights with some of these Team Tsukuyomi members mispositioning and getting caught out.
A massive W coming out of the Kaiser with a killer instinct, and that's going to be enough to take down this Jin. So that's a huge pick coming out. Now they're going to try and
that's really the name of the game.
Yeah, it definitely is. Now they're going to turn their attention. They're going to take down the tower. Now they're going for this Skarner. Skarner's not going to be able to survive. The ult comes out of the Camille, and that's going to be enough to secure. That's 2 for 0 in a tower. Now they're focusing their time. A nice ultimate coming out of the Aurora. Here comes Asol in the back line. That's a massive ult from the Asol. Everyone's trying to get under the tower. Camille jumping in the back line. Camille, I don't know if Camille's going to be able to get out of this. He's going to go down to the Zoe, and it's going to be a 4 for 2 trade on the side of UCF Knights.
Yeah, Zoe is 3v1 now, able to land the sleep on the Callista. Is she gonna be able to get the kill?
That's
She is.
massive.
Oh my god. What a ping pong cue from the Zoe.
This Zoe
Able
is
to
just
just
so
pick out.
massive.
She just so like the burst damage is insane.
Oh, another
Let's see
drowsy.
what kind of
They're turning their
they're
attention
focusing
to
on the Kaisa here.
the dredge line is going to come out. It doesn't look like too much else is going to happen from here. So while we have the opportunity, I'm going to go ahead and run this replay back. We see them start with the tier 1 tower go down, and then the Skarner is just locked up and CC'd. Then for the rest of them, they're trying to get they start focusing on the tower, but then that Aurora ult comes in. But mind you, when you enter the Aurora ult and you didn't flash or dash, you get pulled into it. And because that happened, that messed up the ASOL in his flight. And when he's flying, he does way more damage with his Q over time. So that was massive, a massive ult coming out of the Aurora for that team fight, and then for them to be able to like equalize the little bit that they were able to get back.
And now we see UCF Knights able to have a gold lead for the first time since the early portions of the game. It's mostly even now.
I'm about to say, do we really call it a gold lead?
No, it's not a gold lead now, but
These two
able to make it
beefy
even
members.
since the first portions of the game, since the early portions of the game.
Oh, a huge W into the Killer Instinct and a massive
go down?
passive
Oh
off.
my God.
He's just getting bursted, and the Camille is going to go in with a nice ultimate, but the Senna ult is going to be able to follow. I don't think the Camille is going to be able to get this, and the Camille is going to go down to the Senna. A massive ult coming out of the ASO. Now they're turning their attention onto the Zoe. The Zoe needs to go down. The Kalista is going to be able to secure it. Now they're just going to try and get out so they don't lose anything else. They're going to wait for this wave to come, and they're going to try and force this tower. A nice Kalista ult coming through. They turn their attention onto the Skarner, but the shields coming out from the Sterix is just massive.
Wow.
This Aurora is really starting to do some damage. He just needed some time to stack up, but that tier 3 tower is going to go down. Now they're going to turn their attention onto this inhibitor. But mind you, the W's coming out of Kaiser with this AP build is just disgusting. If he can keep landing these W's, it doesn't matter if it's the front line or not, their health bars are going to get annihilated.
Baron spawning in 8 seconds. Are they going to be able to take it? It looks like they're positioning now for it. They got a ward in the river bush.
I think they get this.
They're gonna start this right away. Camille TPing from the backside. Team Tsukuyomi pushing up through the mid lane. Looks like they are pinging the dragon.
But Dragon's
Baron
not
is
for
at
another 40
5k.
seconds.
They're just burning down this Baron like nothing. This Baron is so weak to Team UCF Knights. They're gonna be able to recall and answer this dragon, which spawns in 30 seconds now. But do they trade? Do they want to trade lives that have Baron on them for this dragon, for this next dragon? It would be a third soul point for them, but they guaranteed will lose some Baron members
So
for this dragon.
So what just happened with this Jin and Camille? Jin was able to basically half bar essentially this Camille. And I think that's going to be massive for this fight because the Camille can't back. The dredge line goes wide. The side of UCF Knights are already about half health. And I don't know if this is going to be good for them. I think that they should just
massive.
I think they should just need to give this dragon up. I don't think they should be trying to fight this with their health.
I know.
bars at the
Anytime
moment.
that you have, but the dragon is just so
they're
low.
fine. It was a 50-50, and the dragon's
And
going to go over
ASO
in favor.
does secure it.
Yeah, and now everyone on the side of UCF Knights are going to be able to burn down this Skarner. So it is going to be a 1-for-0 trade, and they're going to be able to secure the dragon. So now they have 3 Ocean Drakes on the side of UCF Knights.
What is that? 15%?
I believe so, yes.
15% healing?
Oh, a huge slow coming through. He's going to have to flash. They're trying. This Camille is just so strong. He can just walk forward, trade a little bit of his health because he can get his health back with his Hydra. But the ult goes wide. A massive Aurora ult. Bunny's going to go to the backside, but now the rest of UCF Knights are just diving down, and they're going to be able to secure 2 kills. The Kaiser.
It's the end of the game.
This is the end of the game. They have the minions. They have what they need. They're going to be able to secure this. Even though the Zoe is extremely strong, it's not going to be enough. The Zoe goes down in the fountain. The only thing left is a Skarner. This was massive. This was huge from both sides. It was such a toss-up on both ends of the match. On both ends during this whole entire match. We never knew who was going to win. And A big
Even
shout out.
though Team Tsukuyomi up on kills the entire game, we see now UCF Knights having a gold lead of 6K. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's wild. From being down that whole entire game to being able to have a goal lead at the end is absolutely massive. But this is the end of game one, and I'm gonna see y'all in game two. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.